welcome back to our program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And as I said, if we talk about the anti-government, it's only fair to talk about the pro-government. At this point, like I have mentioned, it was supposed to be a big meeting in Ayutthaya province today. Apparently, yesterday, the organizers of this particular event got a call. Now they say that the tents and everything was ready. They was about to erect them. And they say that they got a phone call and say that they're not going to be any meeting today because they called that off due to the political uncertainty at this point. Now, of course, yesterday there has been a meeting of the Red Shirt or the UDD, the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, at once again the Imperial World Lat Prao, which is a mall, and it was in the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They say that Kun Thida Thawornset or Tojirakan has talked about the fact that they accepted the Prime Minister's decision to actually dissolve the House because they say that the government is trying to show that they are trying to do things according to democracy. And she, however, condemned the fact that they are pressing the Prime Minister to leave or to resign. Kun Thida said that should not be the case and it should not be done. And she said that she requested that the Prime Minister or the government continue on their work in order to make sure that there's not going to be a political vacuum or even to satisfy protest leaders Kun Suthep Thuk Suban's way. Now they say that the key UDD leaders were actually there to make this particular announcement yesterday, and they say that at this point, they respect fully, all of them respect the Premier's decision, and they see it as the way to return the power to the people. However, they say that UDD will never give up and let go of Thailand democracy to Mr. Suthep in particular. And they say that the protest leaders wants to stir the turmoil so that he can evade being tried on the murder charges in connection of the 2010 Red Shirt protest, which is coming up, that they have on the 12th. Kun Apisit Vechachiwa and Kun Suthep Thuk Suban are both going to have to be tried for these particular charges. So at this point, that's what they believe that is going on. And they say that at this point, they requested that Pheu Thai Party keep in mind, as well as the rest of the political parties in the government, keep in mind that all their powers came from the people through the election, through the ballot box. That means that they have to respect that as well. Now they say that they believe that if there's an election again and the Democrat Party boycott this particular election like it did before, it still would be okay because there's over 60 political parties that actually registered. So the Red Shirt don't see this as a problem at all if the Democrat Party do not want to join the election. And they say that at this point, if the PDRC or the People's Democratic Reform Committee that led by Mr. Suthep do not stop undermining country's democracy, then the Red Shirt will also call for a mass rally in the next few days to protect democracy, resulting in a large number of the Red Shirt people out on the street as well. And they also warned about this, but also say that the upcoming gathering of the Reds will not confront with those of their rivals. So they are trying their best to make sure that everything will be in order. And they also express gratitude toward the Army Chief as well, General Prajuch Chan-o-cha, did not commit the coup. They're like, thank you for not doing it. It was quite interesting remarks though.
And he came out almost every day to say, I'm not going to do the coup.
I know, because the reporter kept asking him. And at one point he got quite a bit frustrated. He was like, the voice, you can hear by the voice like, no, there's not going to be any coup for like the 1,000 times.
But just to be honest, if anyone going to do it, they're not going to tell you.
Hey.
But he said he's not going to do it.
Exactly.
So. Of course, yesterday there was also meeting. It's concern of the whole country.
Everybody is just wrapped up around politics.
And there's a lot of meeting and seminar going on. And one of the meeting yesterday was by the 7 private sectors all together, and they came out and make statement. They actually pressed the government, both government and the protesters, that actually went through the situation yesterday peacefully. These 7 organizations comprise of Thai Chamber of Commerce, the Federation of Thai Industries, the Tourism Council of Thailand, the Thai Bankers Association, the Federation of Thai Capital Market Organizations, the Stock Exchange of Thailand, and the Thai Listed Companies Association. The Secretary General of the Thai Banker Association yesterday said that they don't want people just take a look at the problem that in economic terms only. Because right now the country is in really bad conflict. It's rift between 2 sides. And the chairman of the FETCO, or Federation of Thai Capital Market Organizations, Phaiboon Nalintarangkul, said that even though there's a house dissolution, but in economy, it still doesn't look any much better because the stock market exchange is not yet improved. He said that because you can see the declining prices of the stock market yesterday, and he was hoping that all these rules in terms of also election laws and such, anything that involve will be amended until both sides or all sides happy about it before the next election. That's already officially set on February 2nd. And also Itsara Wongkusongkit, the chairman of the Thai Chamber of Commerce, pressed both sides of the party that yesterday was happened without the violence, and they said that actually all the 7 private sectors have offered themselves to be the mediators to find a reform resolution between sides, and they actually agreed to set up the independent committee to find resolution for this as well.
So a lot to, I don't know if that's going to be me.
So the House dissolution does reduce the tension a little bit, but it's not end the problem.
Of course not yet, because the protester will not accept it at this point. And this is what go in line with the academics as well that came out and talked about this particular issue. Several of them actually voiced a lot of concerns because one of the things that the anti-government protesters requested was that there will not be any election. They actually want the prime minister to be selected to actually, not be from the election. That's one of the things that concerned a lot of people.
The protester, actually, PDRC made an announcement. No, actually, Suthep Thusuban said that he wants they want appointed prime minister and appointed government to actually amend the law and constitution that involve the election and such, and run the government for like 6-8 months until the country really ready for the election. The People Council.
But that's
so
the thing.
A lot of people feel eerie about that.
Very, and a lot of academics came out. For example, the Kun Somchai Pricha Silapakun of the Chiang Mai University also talked about this particular fact, saying that, well, at this point, election must happen and the election commission has to do their job. If they don't do it, then that's kind of violate the constitution itself. And the fact that the anti-government protester requests that there should not be any acting government at all is actually absurd, because that's mean that you're going to lead toward the political vacuum, which is not going to work. And that's the same thing as Kun Pornsan Liang Bun Ler Chai from the Chulalongkorn University saying the same thing, saying that, well, according to Article 181, it said quite clearly that there must be an acting government in charge before there's actually another round of election. And they say that this is so up to avoid that particular, area where it became deadlock. And คุณประจักษ์ก้องกิรติ of the Thammasat University saying pretty much in the same line, saying that otherwise, if we don't do this, that means that there will not going to be any way for us to actually go. It's going to be a dead end. This is, and they say that at this point, he said, because the reporter asked him whether or not it's going to lead to the tearing up of the Constitution, and she's like, and he said, well, at this point, anything could happen because he said that a lot of things that you don't think that's going to happen, it happened already. So for him, he said that anything could have happened. Now, a lot of people actually, for example, another person that you have heard a lot, คุณสมบัติบุญงามอนง also came out and talked about this and said that after the dissolution, the government has already talked about the new election, and of course, at this point, they probably will have to talk in terms of what it's going to be. Is it going to be people council, or was it going to be the election of a new government? So at this point, they say that he said that within 3 days, it's probably going to be a little bit more clear whether or not, that's which way it's going to be, and whether or not the Democrat Party might decide it later on to join the election, even though they resigned already. The election commission did say that, hey, if the Democrat Party MPs still want to, run for the election, they could. That's according to the election commission. So at this point, I think everybody's just kind of hoping that we're going to find a way out.
Right.
But all of them pretty much say that perhaps tearing up of the Constitution and saying no to election might not be a way to go. It's kind of going the same way.
There's a speculation that they believe that there's a chance the Democrat might not send anyone to run in this next election at all. But
like the UDD said, it's like, hey, there's other parties. We don't care.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, because I believe in next 20 days or so, the election commission will have to open for application for the party list MPs.
Yeah.
And we're going to start to see what party will.
Oh yeah, and also the by-election, remember? The by-election that was supposed to be on December 22nd? Well, they're going to have to push that because there's a lot more people that's supposed to be filling in now. A lot more constituencies.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have something lighter, much lighter.
Not political related, so stay tuned.